Kentucky Fried Chicken, or KFC as we all know, is facing backlash in Canada from Hindu and Sikh communities over its decision to serve only halal-certified chicken at most of its Ontario locations. The switch to halal meat began when the company issued a memo to franchisees informing them of the changes, saying it's committed to providing diverse and inclusive options for its customers. However, it excludes restaurants in Thunder Bay and Ottawa. According to reports in the company memo, KFC says it has partnered with suppliers such as Maple Lodge Farms, which owns Zawiya Halal, billed as Canada's #1 halal food brand. Well, halal meat is a meat that is permissible for consumption according to Islamic dietary laws. For meat to be considered halal, it must meet certain criteria. The source of the animal, the slaughter method, which states that the animal must be slaughtered in a specific way called zawiha, and the person performing the slaughter must be a Muslim, who has to recite a prayer before or during the slaughter. Then the other criteria for a meat to be considered halal are that the animal must be alive and healthy at the time of slaughter, and all the blood must be drained from the veins. And finally, the meat should not come into contact with non-halal substances such as pork or alcohol during processing, handling, or packaging of it. Halal meat is not only about the type of meat but also how it is processed and prepared to ensure it complies with Islamic dietary laws. The decision taken by KFC to serve only halal-certified chicken at most of its Ontario locations comes as Ontario is home to Canada's largest Muslim population, and the idea was to be able to attract those customers to the eatery as well. However, the decision has KFC at the center of a controversy, with many Hindu and Sikh organizations and individuals opposing the move, calling it exclusionary rather than inclusionary. In the latest, Hindu Forum Canada, a not-for-profit organization, has sent a notice through its law firm asking KFC to reverse the decision, citing cruelty being against the spirit of the law and the principles of inclusiveness. They are not opposed to the idea of halal meat being served, but only argue that the restaurant should also serve non-halal meat to cater to people belonging to those faiths where halal is forbidden.
It has a 70-year history. Over decades, KFC has been serving good quality food for people. People are now addicted to consuming this food on their day-to-day needs for anything they might require, and now KFC has changed their policy to make it completely halal. This brings us to the question as to what should all those consumers who have been loyal to KFC for the last 70 years now do about their consumption process? What if there are some people who are not necessarily aligned, or their religious practices do not accept the halal practice of consumption of food and meat precisely? At this point in time, I think we need to realize that it impacts the consumer market. It makes a different bifurcation between people, and this decision of KFC to serve only halal is adding to the pain that the world is facing today around religion and bifurcation. If, however, KFC would have agreed to serve halal as well as catering to their prior customers' needs of serving non-halal chicken as well, I think it would have been a greater leadership move on KFC's side to promote inclusion.
The Sikhs in Canada have also sent a notice to KFC after its decision to serve only halal-certified chicken across most of its restaurants in Ontario.
As Canadian, I believe in values of diversity and inclusion, but the decision of some of the restaurants and food chains have made this exclusive going halal does go against the very value of equality. It favors only one religion, one faith, and it disregards others. As a Sikh, I follow Rahat Maryada, which is a Sikh code of conduct. We are forbidden to eat halal meat, and in fact, we have our own slaughter rituals called jhatka, which is more ethical and less cruel. Especially KFC's decision that they call being inclusive should also include jhatka, or at least others, so that the other faiths do not get compromised of eating just halal food that they are serving.
There has been a growing call on social media as well to boycott the fast food chain, with many Islamophobic and anti-Muslim comments being made online. However, the petition here, according to the forum, is not to exclude Muslims but to ensure the dietary preferences of people from other faiths are also honored. Bureau Report, India Today Global.